Okay, so the main thing about differential equation is actually pretty straightforward. When you get a dy dx, think about the one in the denominator, that variable, you move to the right side. So which means all your x, in this case, is all going to be on the right side. And you keep the one in the numerator on the left-hand side. So y's will be kept on the left side. Okay, so all your x we shift right, all the y we shift left, and then we just put in the integration sign will do. Okay, so let's start with the very first one here. I want to show you 5 different common ones that you will see in this chapter. Okay, so this is in addition to your integration techniques. These are the ones that usually we use in this chapter. Okay, so for this, t, we shift to the right. Anything in the bottom, let's shift right. So all the v shifted to the left. You treat this like a factor. Okay, if there's a plus, treat the whole thing together as one term. You are going to divide the whole term over. So 1 over 10 minus kv dv on the left. Right-hand side will now be a 1 dt. And we integrate both sides of the equation. On the left-hand side, this is your f prime over fx. So you will get a negative k. And we balance outside with 1 over minus k. So 1 over minus k ln of your denominator. And right-hand side, t plus c. Okay, next one, t on the right. Then we see that everything here is x, so all the x we will shift to the left. Hence, when you shift to the left, you get a 5 minus x over x. After you divide over, right-hand side, we are left with 1, so I get a 1 dt, and we integrate both sides of the equation. So on the left, I can further simplify. This is a 5 over x minus 1. This is a t plus c. Left-hand side is an easy integration. We will get 5 ln x t plus c. Number 3, again, dx shift to the right. And on the right, it is y. So y, we will have to shift to the left. So I get 1 over. Can I also factorize this to show you? Y squared minus y, we factorize as y and y minus 1. And on the right-hand side, again, we get a 1 dx. And I am factorizing the denominator to remind you when your denominator can be factorized, we will aim for partial fractions. So for the partial fractions, I will skip the step. Let's assume we can find the a and b lah. Okay, we split to partial fractions, but I assume you can do it. I'm going to skip that step. Okay, so just a further reminder, factorizable denominator, remember to partial fractions, and then you will get ln in this case. Differential equation questions, most of the time you are going to get ln for a lot of questions. Number 4, again, the x shift to the right side. But this time, the right side term, I don't need to shift further because it's already x. All the x on the right side, u on the left side. So don't touch the right-hand side. We are going to leave it as is. So we are going to have integrate 1 du. Right-hand side, we directly integrate this term, dx. Okay, I print for you. Okay, let me remind you then how we integrate this particular term. If it's a constant at the top, it is straightforward. If it's 1 over this, we just treat it as fx power n term. However, if it's an x, this you need to understand it is like partial fractions from above. When this is a square, you can treat it as a over 1 minus x, and then there will be a b over 1 minus x squared. Partial fractions for a squared term is to split to degree 1 and degree 2. Both of them are a and b only, constant only. Okay, again, I will skip finding the a and b, assuming you could do that. You're going to integrate both terms. Let me just split it up into 2 first. So basically, I'm just taking the a out. But for the other term, I want to show you that we will treat this as a 1 minus x power negative 2. Okay, so how to integrate both terms? The one on the left, we are aiming for f prime over fx. So I need a negative sign at the top. Balance outside of a minus. Be very careful every time it's minus x, make sure you create the minus 1. Hence, we get minus a ln denominator. The second one is your fx power n. So similarly, I need to create the negative balance. The f prime is negative 1. Okay, hence, this will be your minus b. And we go for power plus 1 divided by power. Okay, sometimes, on rare occasions, you have got a plus in between the dy dx and your term. You don't want to directly think about it as multiply dx, because if you multiply by dx throughout, for example, you're going to get something like this, and you want to know that this is not allowed. Okay, this is wrong. It's not possible for you to have a y term and you integrate with respect to x. If it's y, it must be dy. Okay, so we do not multiply dx throughout for the first step. Okay, let me then show you what we want to do. You should shift the exponential term to the right-hand side first. Okay, shift this to the right, then we start the problem. So I get a negative e to the power of minus 3y squared. All your y terms then shift to the left. That means now you divide. So I shifted it to the right side, subtracting. But now I'm going to divide this term to the left. So after you divide, I'm going to leave the minus 1 on the right side. Then we get ye 3y squared. The negative power you divide over becomes the positive power. The negative sign on the right side stays dx. I want all the y terms to be on the left, and this is what we will do. And then we put in the integration sign on both. Let's recall how to integrate exponential. You want to differentiate the power. 3y squared differentiated 6y. Balance 1/6. So I get 1/6 e 3y squared. And I get minus x plus c. Okay, last one here. dt on the right side. So all this term with v, the entire factor, we divide across to the left. We get a 1 over dv is 1 dt. We integrate both sides. Constant minus b squared. We are going to aim for this MF27 formula. But to make it easier, because 0.1 is not a nice squared number. So to make it easier, I'm going to shift out 0.1 as a factor in the denominator. We will get a nice number below. You will get 100 here. But can I write the 100 as a 10 squared? And we want to write as a 10 squared so that you can apply as the a squared. Hence, I get 10 in front. 1 over 2a ln t plus c.